Oh, you think just because I come on here today and it's a fair crack of the whip that I get to talk about?
Do you not want to be here?
Hello, 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 hello. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Hello. 1 2 1 2. Audio looks a little off. Welcome to another live stream Tuesday night. Tuesday night with Collie. Sorry I missed last week. I was sick as fuck. Couldn't bring myself. Wanted to, couldn't bring myself to get this done. But I am recharged now, and we are back. And hopefully now we'll be doing this every Tuesday night. Tuesday night seems to be the only really night that I have fuck all going on, and I don't go into the city to do spots. So yeah, that's it. So we're gonna have a fucking essentially a themed show today. I'm still working on the computer, or sorry, on the TV behind me. First of all, this is just a live stream. This will be on me a fuck around type of loose enough thing. Get out and walk. This will be a loose enough. I'll be searching stuff with you as we go. I should have set up the Reddit page beforehand. If anyone wants to send a link to a video, they can. How do I open that Reddit page now? Let me see. If has anyone. All right. So if you. Is this playing live right now? Yeah. All right. Look, there's someone's already posted it. Thank you, Kush Overlord. Respect. If anyone wants to send in a YouTube video, only YouTube videos. We learned our lesson last week. I was trying to watch Twitter and Instagram and shit like that, and by the time it gets on the TV behind me blown up, the quality is so bad that it's not worth it. So every week these are getting slightly better. I'm looking forward to just getting back to smoking weed. I don't know when or if that will ever happen, but I think that would be the primary. That would be the most fun to do these. Just get fucking blazed up and find and see what we can find on the internet. But I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be better. As always, I'm not reading the. How do I kill this actually? I'm not reading the chat. That's another thing I've... Uh-oh. Did that just go off? Because my screen just went black. Oh. I don't know if it went black for you, but my screen just went black for a second. How do I kill that? Copy stream link. View your live stream in a browser. No. Edit your stream title and description. No. Alright. Whatever. I'm trying to get rid of the live chat off my screen so that I'm not distracted by you guys talking to each other. If anyone wants to get a particular question answered, you can do the super chat and I won't ignore that shit. But other than that, that's for you to discuss away. And it is, again, in the corner, it says 16 viewers in the corner, but that's the last time we were at in the 60s. Oh, so the last time so how do I make this bigger? What's this do? Oh, here we go. Now I just got rid of it. All right, it was a simple button the whole time. All right, so the live chat is invisible to me. I can't see you there, so you guys figure it out. You guys talk to each other, have fun. If you want to interrupt the show with something or a question, whatever, you can use a super chat. But other than that, this is mostly going to be just me hanging out. I still haven't figured out the TV to make that perfect. I changed the brightness on the TV behind me so that the videos are a little clearer. I don't know if that's going to work. I think I have to do something with the camera and the white balance. That's out of my abilities. So, that's that. This isn't the podcast, by the way. If you want to listen to the Colum Tyrrell podcast, where I'm not like researching live on a stream. You just got to go watch the main videos. I may have to start putting these live streams on a different channel because I felt like the last podcast that came out the exact same day as these streams, and they cannibalized itself. So that's that. Head off to Reddit if you have a video, but it has to be about Irish Travelers, or if you have a question about Irish Travelers, get in the chat. Let's start off with this bad boy right here. Most people will know Most people know the Travelers because of the fighting. You know, if you've ever seen this is a group of people, and I'll go into I'll go to Wikipedia and find out the exact fucking what they call it. They're I don't even know what because they're not a nationality, and they're like a subculture. No, not a subculture. A subculture is like a beatnik or something. This is a community that has their own culture and their own way of life, but they're not racially. You can tell when you see one. You can, you know, well, because they'll be 14 with the biggest tits you've ever seen in your life. You know what I mean? When they're 35, they look old as shit. But I'll look up the Wikipedia fucking thing on this one before. And by the way, this is definitely gonna be like a fucking part 7. This is gonna be like a 7-part ins and outs of what the fuck the Irish Travelers are. But let's start off with this video here of Big Joe Joyce, King of the Travelers. This is a famous bare-knuckle boxing fighter. I think he's well past his prime. And if you go down to Longford, you can just pull up to this fella's house, and he'll be there with in his garage in the shed, just going hush 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 hush. This is that's how the Travelers fight each other. By the way, when they box, when they're boxing, they go hush 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 hush. So they're a magical people. They're an interesting people. They're a scary people. But also they are a marginalized group. So you've got a nice big cocktail of crazy shit going on here. Tyson Fury, the former world heavyweight boxer of the world. Stevie Hawkins donated $5. Thank you, Stevie Hawkins. I appreciate that. Tyson Fury, the boxer from Manchester, he is an Irish Traveller, but he's there's another one from Stevie Hawkins, and he is also throwing another $5 into the chat. He's spelling out a word. I'm guessing the next letter is G. If you can do that all you want, I don't care. There's unless I get streamed for, or unless I get flagged somehow for what you do in the super chats. But I don't know. That's $10. That's nothing to be laughed at. If I make another 3 super chats, it's the same cost as going all the way into New York City to do stand-up comedy. So in fairness, if I can make more than $25 a night doing this, I'm making a profit. So yeah, you guys can spell out slurs in the chat all night if you want, whatever you want to do. Anyway, so this is Big Joe Joyce, and he is quite notorious as part of the Joyce family. He's one of the matriarchs. Is that what they call it? Or is that a woman? He's the king anyway. He's one of the king of the Joyce's family. Now, with the Irish Travelers, there's a couple of names that are very common within the Irish travelling community. Wards, Dohertys, Joyce. What are some Irish fucking names? There's Nevin or something like that, which I'm only familiar from the fighters. I'm not familiar in real life, but there are certain names that are associated with Irish Travelers. I'll get into the names in a minute, and I'll get into some of the nicknames that we have for the Irish communities, and then we'll sit down, we'll break down exactly what they are, and we'll watch a couple of these videos because they are an interesting group, because the history of where they come from is not really known. It is now due to like the DNA testing, but for a long time no one really had any idea who the fuck they were. They have a bad reputation amongst settled folk a lot of the time. A lot of it's deserved, because they're criminals a lot of the time. There's no smoke without fire here. So you'll obviously have heard of. We'll get into some of the famous traveller scams that have taken place, especially, and then at some point we will talk about the Irish travelers that live in America and what they're up to. Which these are people that moved over here in the 1800s and split up, but they still have a lot of the same commonality. So, you know, no one really, because they've never traditionally, they couldn't read or they couldn't write English traditionally. So the history of these people is just been passed down through conversation, which, you know, cannot be trusted. You know, obviously a story about your people is going to have some high-end, mystical, magical, we were once the kings of Ireland and everyone's jealous of us type of story. So I'll tell you that one. And I guess we could talk about how the differences between the Romanian gypsies and the Irish gypsies and, you know, what they have in common. They have more in common than you'd imagine. All right, so here's Big John Joyce. I don't know this video.
Two right men, they'll go out and fight there. And each wants to get in and finish the fight. Good fight will last no longer than 20 minutes. Them men should be broke up. Their noses broke, their mouths broken, and their black eyes and maybe 15 or 16 stitches. That's a fight. That's what I call a fight. That's what I could do. Break a man up.
Cool.
This
Mike
week.
Gallant.
Oh my God. English traveller Tony.
So there was also a common thing in the last 15 to 20 years of reality TV shows based around the travellers.
Thank you, my brother.
Tasha donated $2. The Wards, the Joyces, the McDonoughs near me in Manchester. Yeah, exactly. They're all the same names. Those Wards are everywhere. I'll get some list of the fucking family names now here. Let's have a look now, and we'll have a list of all the gypsies. So one thing as a common mistake would be, now I'm lucky I'm doing this over here in America because it's a very sensitive subject to talk about the people, the Irish travelling community. They're great folk. I respect them. So please don't beat the fuck out of me if you ever see me with my child in a grocery store. But I'm not over there now, so fuck them, huh? We could look up some offensive Irish traveller jokes. That wouldn't be too bad either. Okay, so all right, here we go. The Irish travellers. By the way, misconception that they're travelling. They don't really do that no more. That was the case, and I believe, as far as I can tell, the idea of being in a caravan. They used to have old like wagons, like you would on the Oregon Trail. And they would just set up camp on like a random farmer's field and have a big circle, and then eventually something would happen where the cops would come along and shoot one of them or something, and they would have to move along, and they would just kept moving and moving and moving and moving. All right, here we go. Here's the Wikipedia definition of the Irish travellers. The Irish unlucht Shul, it's the Gaelic for meaning the walking people. I guess they used to walk around the place. Also known as pavies, never heard that, or mincers, minceri. They're a traditional peripatetic indigenous ethno-cultural group. Alright, so they're an ethno-cultural group. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, it's just an ethnic group is a group of people who identify with each other on the basis of perceived shared attributes that distinguish them from other groups. Those we got a $5 from regular guy. He says, I would probably fall for an Irish traveller scam, to be honest. Thank God I don't live in Ireland. Well, hang out here, regular guy, because we've got some information coming for you. These scams take place. If you live in Georgia, Texas, these are hotbeds for the Irish travellers, and they could be scamming you right now. They could be in the room with you this very second. Thank you for the $5. Goes a long way towards the research and development of the Tuesday night live stream. Colum, Tyrrell. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you come into a cup. Mail it to me. Mail me your cum. Mail me your cum. All right, so look, an ethnic group is a group of people who identify with each other on the basis of perceived shared attributes that distinguish them from other groups. Those attributes can include people of a common language, culture, common sets of ancestry, tradition, society, religion, history, or social treatment. The term ethnicity is sometimes used interchangeably with the term nation, particularly in the case of ethnic nationalism. All right, kind of don't really fucking know what an ethnicity is then, because I kind of always thought it meant like I thought it was like your fucking, I thought it was like your sort of nationality. So, you know, you're learning something new every day. All right, the Irish travellers, they are predominantly English speaking, though many also speak Shelta. We'll get a little video of this, a language mixed of English and Irish origin. So that would be one of those, like a Creole bullshit language, where it's like a little bit of this, like, what's the word when it's broken English? I'm sure there's a lot of Spanglish, is there? Where it's a little bit of slang, a little bit of English, a little bit of everything. And I know they used to speak Creole in work. A lot of these cunts from Turks and Caicos, when I worked with them, big strong black men from Turks and Caicos, they would speak some sort of a hybrid language between French and Spanish or something down there. I don't really know exactly what they did, but that's the same with Shelta. Let's see if we can find a little video of some Shelta here, and we'll hear what it sounds like, because I can speak Irish. Gonna sa tu gach dinner. An will catagum dulgadi on Lateris a toga bugay nimot lum Judans August on free Palestinia. The last bit I made up. But Shelta language. Yeah, let's have a look and see if Shelta language pops up. All right, here we go. Here's a couple of Irish kids. No, hey. Irish, and they do have an accent, even though they're from every part of Dublin, every part of Ireland. The travellers will have their own unique accent. So let's have a look here now and see what we have here with these little kids speaking their own little natural language. Now, by the way, this is not commonly spoken in public. This is not. It's like, it's very hard to catch some of these fuckers speaking like this out and about. They tend to just speak English. This is something you might overhear the odd time. But, so this is an example of their little language.
We're doing a little project today about our language. So, I tell you, what's the name of our language?
Gammon. Also called Cant. Alright, so look in the corner here. Look, Cant. C-A-N-T. That's what I would have always called it. This, Shelta on Wikipedia, I've never heard that before, so I just thought I was wrong. But canch is what I always like. Can't catch me or something like that. There's probably some sort of slang. C-A-N-T. You can't be not understanding what I'm saying. So
say, like, for instance, and tell what's your names anyway. Come on.
Marcus. My name is Johnny.
Yeah. Bill. Kid.
Well, thanks very much for doing this. So say if I said to you, Margaret, what's a boy in our language? What would you say?
Sublik.
Sublik. And say
Sublik.
if I said to you, Johnny, what's a girl in our language?
That'd be lacking.
That'd be like. And what about for a man, Jack?
Fiend.
Fiend. And
Fiend,
say if I said
that's
woman,
Irish.
Yeah.
a pure. Margaret, say if I said to you, a priest.
Kunik.
A kunik, yeah. Johnny, what about say for country people? What do we usually say for country people?
Like settled people or like country people.
Yeah. So Jack, say we said clothes, what would you say?
Togs.
And what about for shoes, Bill? Killimergs, yeah. What about eyes, Kate? Anyone else know what eyes is?
What about Jack?
Jack.
Yeah, Jack and Jack.
Anyone know what eyes is?
Oglers.
Oglers, thanks.
Oglers.
And what about for hair, Margaret? Say if we said hair. Nook, yeah, for hair.
Nook.
And say if we said house, Johnny. What would you say for house, Johnny?
Gaff.
Cane.
Cane.
Jack, say if we said like a cup of tea or something. What would you say? Weed.
Weed.
And what would you say for food, Bill?
Peck.
A bit of peck. What about for bread, kid? What would you say for a bit of bread? A bit of?
Dora.
Yeah, Dora.
All right,
and
we're
what
getting
about
the
money, Johnny?
we're getting the fucking gist of it here now. So these would be a little family of settled travellers. This is obviously in their house now, which is, you know, the brick and mortar gaffs that they live in. And they all tend to live in the same areas. They have communities, which we'll get into now in a few minutes too. And if you look at the wallpaper, it's that kind of old school floral stuff. See the way the can you see on the screen there? I need to make that bigger. How do I make my how do I make the cursor? I'm gonna write that down for the next episode. How to make the cursor make pointer bigger, because I'm gonna be pointing at shit on these deep dives with Collie T. Cursor bigger. All right, so that would be another thing. We're a work in progress, folks. Shit, let me get my phone. I'm gonna have to pick up my fiance after 10. So we'll do. We have an hour and a half here for this shit. 10:44. So I'll. As long as I'm done by 10:10, we are good, folks. All right. So anyway, we watched a little longer than that than we should have, but take a note of what's going on inside the house, because they do have a certain fashion that they all like to follow. All right. So look, that was pretty interesting. That was more interesting to me because I wanted to know if I recognized any of the words. Now I am told that still to this day, if those kids were to meet American travelers whose great-great-grandparents moved over, they would be all able to speak a little bit of kind and or shelter to each other. The majority of Irish travellers are Roman Catholic, of course, the predominant religion in the Republic of Ireland. Yo, shout out to the Irish up the Ra. They are one of several groups identified as travellers in the UK and Irish. All right. Despite often being incorrectly referred to as gypsies, Irish travellers are not genetically related to the Roma people. Haha. Who are Indo-Aryan origin. Genetic analysis has shown that Irish travellers to be of Irish extraction, and that they likely diverged from the settled Irish population in the 1600s, probably during the time of the Cromwell conquest of Ireland. Centuries of cultural isolation have led travellers to become genetically distinct from the settled Irish. Traveller rights groups have long advocated for ethnic status from the Irish government, succeeding in 2017. They waited until I was fucking gone. Now, this is an interesting one because I read a fucking study in the newspaper not long ago that the Irish travellers are genetically related to the Romanian travellers. So this is, I don't know if Wikipedia can be a source, but as far as I was aware, I read before that they are in fact actually genetically similar to the Roma people, the Roman gypsies. So I don't know who to believe, Wikipedia or me, who might have read a thing once. Regardless of where they came from, so it was the 1600s. Pretty interesting how fast a group of people can just leave the main society of people and then just splinter off into their own thing, you know? I read recently that you could domesticate a fox in 15 generations, which is like, 25 years or some shit with a fox. So anyway, so one of the stories was about where the Irish travellers came from. And I'll just fill you with some history bullshit, and then we'll get into more of actually looking around and seeing what videos we can see, especially we don't get into the bare-knuckle boxing. But one of the stories that I was told, or at least one of the stories that the Irish travellers told about where they came from, was that so here we have the Cromwell conquest of Ireland, which is Oliver Cromwell. He was the leader of Britain for a while, and he marched into Ireland and took a lot of land off the local Irish and banished the Catholics to shitty parts of the country, essentially. where crops and shit couldn't grow as well. That's why they became reliant on potatoes, and that's why as soon as the potato famine happened, everyone died, because we were living in parts of the country that could only grow potatoes. Anyway, one of the fucking stories was that the travelers used to actually be wealthy landowners, and no one really liked them because they were wealthy. And then when the British came in and kicked them off their land, they moved to like the local town, and none of the locals would accept them. They said, fuck off, keep on moving, you're not allowed here anymore, you rich fucks. Now you're with us, fuck off. And then they went to the next town, and they were like, yeah, fuck off. And then that's how they became travelers, because they built themselves these wagons like they were going on the Oregon Trail, and moved around the place. So that's that. Let me see. That was one of the theories behind where they came from. Again, no one really knows exactly, because nothing's ever been written down. But I guess if they're doing these genetic reports, here we go. What about this one? Genetic evidence reported in 2000 regarding Irish travelers supported Irish ancestry, several distinct subpopulations, and the distinctiveness of the Midland countries due to Viking. In 2011, researchers of the Royal College of Surgeons in Dublin analysed DNA from 40 travellers. The study provided evidence that Irish travellers are a genetically separate Irish ethnic minority, which has been distinct from the settled Irish community for at least 1,000 years. The report claimed that the Irish travellers are distinct from the settled community of Icelanders are from... as is the same as Icelanders and Norwegian. Alright, well, enough of that bullshit. Let's have a look at some of the names. Names for Irish travellers. So this is where we'll get fucking cooking here, folks. Alright, you got the traveller, right? You got Gypsy. Apparently there's a mincer, a pavy, on Luxhood, a walking people, never heard of that. There's tinker, which is because they used to do the job as a tinker, which would be someone who mends pots and pans. So that would be one of their little odd jobs that they would show up. So you'd call them a tinker, which instead, you know, like a cooper, anyone that fucking anyone that has an odd job like that, you know, that would be their job, like a tinker. But then that actually became a slur. Itinerant, which I believe is like the technical term for someone who doesn't live anywhere. Itinerant. Gypsy, which can be offensive, I guess. But then you have people like fucking Tyson Fury. Call himself the Gypsy King. The Gypsy fucking King. I'll fight fucking any man, any woman, anyone alive. Here, there, I'm not afraid to die. Pikey, very insulting word. It's a pikey. I don't even know what it means, but and a knacker, which is also, I believe, oh, maybe I'm getting wrong with tinker and knacker, but they're both similar trades. I can't remember what, but knacker's a bad word too. Again, with anything with the euphemism treadmill, where essentially you call someone their nickname long enough, it becomes a derogatory slur. So, Pikey's a no-no, Gypsy's a no-no, Tinker's a no-no, and knacker is also a no-no. Knacker just became eventually a word synonymous with scumbag, you know what I mean? Like the way fucking moron just means you're dumb, it doesn't mean you're retarded, you know what I mean? So these are all words that, you know, technically I could be flagged on YouTube right now but I'm just reading at the words, YouTube. I'm not, there's no hate in me heart. There's no hate in me baby heart there now, YouTube. Alright, let's have a look at this John Connor. John Connor now is a famous Irish traveller. He's a look at that. Well, no, that's orange because of the screen is orange. That's not orange because of me. Anyway, there's got to be a way for me to make the colouring on this TV better. So this is from a few years ago on the Late Late Show, which is a TV show in Ireland. And this is him talking about the abuse that the Irish travellers receive.
Oh, you think just because I come on here today and it's a fair crack at the whip that I get to talk about?
Do you not want to be here?
Travellers as a,
Do you not want to be
no,
here?
but the Travellers as a whole get a fair crack
No,
at the whip.
but you're sounding. Do you not think that you sound a little bit like the victim sort of defensiveness?
Like the victim. Well, do you know what? We are the victims. That's the unfortunate.
Are you
Travellers are the victims.
Are you a victim?
Of course I am. I am a victim. Yeah, because I'm not allowed to live the culture that I was born into. I'm not allowed to live the way we wanted to live. We were forced.
Tell me on a typical day, what are you personally, John, deprived of in society?
Well, my whole life I've had discriminatory experiences that stopped me from doing things I wanted to do in life. Like, I went and I wanted to be a security guard one time.
Yeah.
And I did interview after interview. And one day I put on a Dublin accent and I was getting the job basically on the spot, and I was told by the employer to not let travellers in. And then I put on my own accent. So that's sort of attitude I've experienced all my life, and it stopped me from doing a lot of
Are you
things.
still getting it?
Yeah, I still get ignorant stuff. Like, I went and did a judging competition. I judged some Strictly Come Dancing thing for charity.
Yeah.
And a woman came over to me and said, "You the itinerant for Love Hate?" I said, "No, I'm the actor who plays the traveller, Patrick Ward in Love Hate." And she said, "Oh, but like, you really an actor, an itinerant as an actor." So I get that sort of attitude day in, day out. And me and a bunch of cousins of mine just a few months ago got refused from a pub in town just because it was a group of us. Someone came out and said, "Oh, Patrick from Love Hate." And he went and got a selfie with me, and your man went and read the bouncer at the door and invited us to go back up there. So I still get that day in, day out, yeah.
Why do you think?
Oh. Anyway, good on Tuberty this was back in, so whenever that was before the whole idea of anyone would ever admit to white privilege. And for fuck's the John Fury was like, yeah. He was like, I fucking get abused all the time. And he was like, "Do you really though, you little fucking, do you actually?" But here's the thing, the reason that these fellas don't get allowed into the pubs, the reason that these fellas don't get allowed into the pubs is because the fights break out. It's very common, and it is discrimination, but there's no other way around it. In Ireland, when there's a wedding or a funeral or some sort of an event for travellers, it's not uncommon for that particular event to end in a all-out bloodshed destruction of a pub. So what happens is they have their sneaky ways. It's like a little cat and mouse game of the pubs around Ireland where they'll ring, Murphy's Bar, and they'll put on a fake accent and be like, "I'd like to reserve the bar for the O'Neills today. Yes, we're just in town celebrating a christening." And then what happens is they all show up the door going, "Come on now, you fucker." So then what happens is when the pubs, somewhere in the communities, the pubs find out that there's an event going on for travellers, and they all shut their doors and they put up signs saying "closed for a private event." Because, you know what? It's not right. It's not right. But if you own a pub and then you say, "Fuck it, I'll let the travellers in here. I'm a nice guy. I'm not going to discriminate against those people." That's fine. And then you get 2 funerals and it's great. And then you have a 3rd funeral and then they destroy your fucking pub. You might be left with a little bit of a fuck that situation. Now that's all I'm saying. I'm not pointing fingers. It must be tough. It must be tough to be a good traveller and be locked in with the rest of these folks. So the traveller, let's have a look at this. Now, a few years ago in England, there was a TV show. I don't remember exactly what TV show. There was a show, and they had them in England. In America too, called Big Fat Gypsy Wedding. And it really showed the ins and outs of the culture of these people. And I keep saying these people. I don't know. Is that offensive? Because it's just the easiest way to explain it. But let's have so they did my Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, and it was a huge success where they finally allowed documentary crews to go inside the houses of the Irish travellers across England and as they prepare to get married, and they get married young, and when they get married in huge big fucking dresses. There's a particular fashion in the Irish traveling community that big is better, gaudy, it's tacky. It's like, you know, they're all dressed like mob wives, where they go, oh my God, have you seen Janet Ritchie? She's a fucking whore. And, you know, like, they get their hair, even though they're 17, they get big beehives, and they have fake tan on their faces, and they get these big, huge wedding dresses. They're rarely white, they're green with diamonds and shit on them. I'll click onto that in a minute, but one of the things is that this is from 17 years ago, this video. There was a documentary or a reality TV show called something like England's Toughest Man or some shit like that, and one of the people on the show was a guy called Paddy Doherty, Doherty, depending on how you say it. And he was an Irish traveller, and he was a bare-knuckle boxing champion. And the success of that show put him on TV, and then he ended up going on Big Brother, a celebrity Big Brother, and he won the fucking thing. And I think the joke used to be in Big Brother, you know, you'd go on the show and you'd be voted out, and the reason he won is because you can't get you can't get travellers to move anywhere. Alright, so here's an old fucking VCR tape from 2007 where these guys have all meeting up for, usually this would evolve, these fights, as far as I can tell, they revolve around like horse shows and horse fairs and stuff like that, because they're a horse people. They used to live in the caravans and they'd use the horses, they'd fucking travel by horse. So that's why these guys are still, to this day, they involved in horsery. So let's have a look at this video here.
Television cracking here. So, this is television cracking here from my Ireland, right? Who have you out here anymore?
You have Johnny Coyle and Patrick Doherty. I'm Patrick.
Patrick Doherty.
That's Patrick Doherty. He became famous.
Apart from up from my own people. I am the best man. There is no Rooney. There is no Angry Death. There is no man.
In Ireland.
Mate, the man of well known. You know your big hero, Dan Rooney? That's your hero, that's your legend. He's going to be history here today. History off me, or his history off him.
Yes, and I'm Johnny Coyle, and I don't give a fuck for any man born from the or any seed. I'll fight him. And I'm in London there, Croydon. I'll fight any man, any time, any place, or for anything. And my phone number is 684-6373. Phone me any fucking time. Any Rooney, any breed, any nationality. Right.
Come now, you fire, hey!
Look, put that in your fucking video and let them look at that for a while. Never mind about fucking that shit. Wankers looking at fucking fights. Let proper fucking men fight. Proper men. And we are the Dohertys and the Coyles is the fucking master of all men when it comes to fighting. We've got the name of fucking blackguards and slags, but we're nice fucking people. But fight. When the proving is the pudding, we can do it, and we will fucking do it. We're here today to prove it, and we will prove it.
And someone's got to fight today. It's in the story. We don't give a fuck who he is or what he is. But a woman's got to fight a woman.
Well, so how will the fight go today? How will the fight go on today?
He goes, someone has to fight today.
I'll fuck your man. I'll fuck that.
If a woman has to fight, a woman has to fight. I don't know what that whistling was that went on there. I'm guessing that guy was cursing. I'm guessing that guy was cursing, so that's why they fucking.
I'll fuck any fucking man. I'll send it fucking him. And any man wants to jump and take his place here now. Fucking do it now.
I'm here.
The
and
Coyle.
there's a fucking man in this fucking place. I don't give a fuck about any man. I take my coat off on the fucking day and he fight and he do the fucking. There's a man here for any man. There's men here for any man. There's fucking 20 men can fight. There's men here for them.
Well, can you give me your names again there?
I'll give you my name. My name is Patrick Doherty.
My name is, to make this clear for the case, my name is Johnny Coyle. I live in Croydon, and if you want me address, it's number 2 Canterbury Road, and my phone number is 684, repeat it, 684-6...
Alright, number 2 Canterbury Road. Let's see. Let's go into Google Maps here now and see if we can find... what was the name? Johnny Coyle? John Coyle? Let's go back there, actually. What did he say? Number 2 What did he say?
Clear for the case. My name is Johnny Coyle. I live in Croydon, and if you want me address, it's number 2 Canterbury Road.
Canterbury Road in Croydon. Let's have a look and see if we can figure out which traveling.
And my phone number is 684.
Fuck you. Alright, let's have a look at it with Google Maps. Let's go on there. And then after this, I'll show you the local traveling site, which is beside my house in Dublin. thanks for joining, folks. I hope you're enjoying having fun here. This is another episode of the live stream with Collie T. Let me check in. All right, we're in the fucking 60s. This is pretty average for what we've been doing the last couple of weeks. All right, let me go. Croydon, yeah, mate. All right, Croydon. Here we go. What did he say? Canterbury Road? Canterbury Road. Croydon. Here we go. Canterbury Road, Croydon. 78 Canterbury Road. What number did he say? Anyone remember?
Well, can you give me your names again there?
Yeah, I'll give you my name. To make this clear for the case, my name is Johnny Kyle. I live in Croydon, and if you want me address, it's number 2 Canterbury Road.
Number 2 Canterbury Road. All right, now I'm on number 2 Canterbury Road. Let's see if we can get something up here, folks, to find out where this man lives. I don't see nothing here now, folks. Oh. Sissy? All right, this is Elite Karting Thing, window tinting and car wrapping. So I don't know, maybe this is the wrong address here. Maybe something's gone on. Maybe this used to be all abandoned or something like that. But oh yeah, plenty of land here. So maybe at one point this was all. Doesn't seem to be any houses here, but maybe, you know, that is the beauty about being a traveler, is that your address can constantly change. So anyway, no good finding his house there, but that's an old fucking video. Those are some of the original videos of the Irish travelers calling each other out because they respect their manhood. And there was a Irish documentary that you should check out, which was, again, this all just took years and years and years for this shit to come out. Almost like the mob, you know what I mean? Where like outsiders aren't trusted and nobody can get in. Fuck you. You know, so there was a documentary called Knuckle, and I'm so bad at spelling, I don't even know how to fucking oh yeah, here's the trailer. Now this was we'll get to that in a second, but eventually this kid did end up living beside me. This is where I live in alright, so here's Clear Hall Shopping Centre in Ireland, in Dublin. We'll see what we can find here now. So I reckon this is part of one of these traditionally in Ireland. I don't know where it is on the map, but there's somewhere here there's a huge traveling Irish traveler community in one of these little neighborhoods. I used to work at this shopping center here at a place called Tesco. So shout out Tesco for life. My good friend Stephen Durnan has Tesco for life tattooed on his arse cheek. He worked there for like 4 years and then got it tattooed on his arse, and then he quit like 2 weeks later. So sometimes that's all you need. Let me see. So somewhere here. Let me see if I can find out where this is. So what they did is as part of like a rehabilitation. Let me see, which way am I going here? It must be here. Look, this is it, Yeah, here we go. Here it is. So how do I make this bigger? Look. So whatever this area is. Oh, I'm in. You could get in. You could never get in before. Oh, things have changed. They're gone weak. You never, when I was younger, you could never use a Google Maps to get inside the halting site. So things have changed. Things are getting, either the technology's getting better, or the travelers are getting weaker and they're letting the outsiders in. What do they call us again? The settled people, the settled folk. How do I close this? Anyway, so what they did was, this is kind of a funny story, but as part of like a settling, because they were scattered all over the place across Ireland, you know, like a random bit of land here, random bit of land here. So what the Irish did was they built this community here, which, how the fuck do I get out of, now that I'm in this, how do I get out of this? Oh yeah, here we go. Cara Park, I guess. What the fuck, you? Fuck. It must be called Cara Park. What if I stop here? What does this do? Okay. So if I get out of here, what's the name of this area here? Belcamp Cottages. And then I'm guessing Cara Park's the exact same thing up here. Look, it must be the same fucking thing. If I go up here, Cara Park must be all connected as well, is it? Yeah, it's all the same stuff anyway. Okay, so Cara Park, which is one of the biggest fucking traveller fucking sites in Dublin. Anyway, Cara Park, Dandale, and it was built as like social housing for travellers. So they got public park. I'll show you. This is a better map. But can you see here? They got this public park here, right? So this used to all just be fucking, you know, public land, and they built this little area of public housing. And if you're a traveller, you're allowed to move into it. And all the houses were divided, you know, each individual house, and then you had your wall dividing each of the houses. And immediately, as soon as there was a big community centre built in the middle, because there was this idea that the travellers had nowhere to go, they needed their own community, so the government built this for them, and immediately they knocked down all the walls in between the houses and moved their caravans in, because they couldn't fit the caravans in between the houses. And then the community centre in the middle of the thing, it got burnt to the ground. There was two ways into the neighborhood, one way to drive in and one way and to drive out, and they filled that full of blocks so that you couldn't get in or out. Anyway, let's watch the Knuckle documentary, and then we'll go back over to Cara Park and see if we can let's watch the trailer for the Knuckle documentary, and then we'll see what we can see within the Cara Park region, and we'll have a look and see how the travellers are how they're doing. I would highly recommend watching this documentary, by the way. It's pretty much about this dude who just had a fucking video camera in the 90s, I think, and he was hired to tape a wedding of a traveler's wedding, and at the wedding some fights were organized, and he taped the fights, and then because they liked the videos of the fights, they kept hiring him to come back, and he pretty much just recorded the travelers for 15 years. He was their go-to video guy, and eventually he just turned it into a documentary all about this one dude. I don't remember his name, but we'll figure it out now in a second. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
I hate this man. I hate him, and a lot of his people put him. Punch into the head and think it'll kill you. No one ever will ever beat me.
I just want to go out and fight James because he thinks he's better than us.
Because they're no good. Each and every one of them is no good.
Each and every one of them no good.
They keep coming, it's money, but I don't want to fight anymore. That'll leave me alone, let me get on with my life.
Oi. Knuckle. McDonough was your man's name. That was his name. Paddy McDonough. He was the king of the Traveller. So, you know, it's not, obviously there's no, like, actual commission deciding who has the belt. You know, but there's just sort of like, I guess one guy fights a couple of times, Bare-knuckle, and then he just calls himself the king of the Gypsies. You know, Tyson Fury's dad said that he was the Gypsy King at one point too. He was the king of the Gypsies, and then obviously Paddy Doherty we saw earlier. He was king of the Gypsies. Now I don't know if he ever fought Big Joe Joyce that we just saw, that we started the episode with too. He claimed to be king of the Gypsies, although he's obviously ancient now at this point, so he can't really fight anyone. That's what we do. If anyone has, let me go over to Reddit and make sure people aren't posting. But if anyone has actually does anyone have any real information about the current Traveller? Underground bare-knuckle boxing in the UK. It's a Vice documentary from 10 years. That just automatically played there. Let me turn that off. Yeah, if you have a video. What's this? Someone sent me a video there 39 minutes ago. Let me see what this is. Message to John Paul and Caitlin's bike. Yeah, I'm not going to watch another fucking call-out video. We can watch a few more of them later on, but I don't really need but if anyone can find out who the fucking current Travellers are, let me know. Alright, so here we go. So this is where I grew up. This is not far from where I grew up. Oh, can we get in? All right, we're in. So look, here's a little telltale sign. Look, of the Irish Traveller. A little Mary. There's a little Mother Mary here in the garden. Is there a way for me to? I wonder if there's a way for me to make the screen bigger. Oh, look at this in the. I don't know why this is blurred out. Because I reckon there's some graffiti or something there. But look at this. As soon as you drive into the neighborhood, there's a huge big Mary statue. There's St. Patrick on the fucking wall. There's a couple of murals there. There's an Irish football player. Cara Park. All right, let's get down here now and see what's going on here. Wow, they have a lot. This is crazy. There's more. There's a van, obviously. Oh yeah, how's it going? They love their vans. This is another Mary statue in these little kind of bungalowy things. Let's see what we can see here now. This is grade A snooping. This is good. Shout out to Google for removing your privacy out there. There's some sort of community shit going on here. Look. No parking. Look at this. This is completely illegal to park here, but they, you know, good luck. Good luck coming down here and putting up a ticket on one of these fellas. Let's see what do we see now. All right, so this is a little community. So this is one of their, like, this is a very unique situation. This is a custom built Traveller community neighborhood, but they all have big Mother Marys out there in the houses. Can we see inside these houses? All right, what we got? Looking good, looking sharp. What's over here? This is also another thing, is that if the surrounding areas around this neighborhood are fucking filthy. Look at the trash and the garbage around here. But but oddly, the actual street itself, spotless clean. Look how clean this place is. This place is fucking spotless. Look at this shy. Look at this kind of tacky bullshit. More Mother Mary, more angels. Oh, there was a fella standing here a second ago. I think he ran inside, did he? I've never seen that. This is crazy that this was done. Is there a way to find out and tell you what? Oh, I know that alleyway was in a movie. That alleyway must lean into the back of Darndale. So look, if you look over here, so look, this is someone's house, and in the background you can see a kind of a caravan, actually in the backyard. So what they do is to maximize the space. They actually they squeeze in little extra caravans here and there. There was a turn down here, was there? Let's see what's down this way real quick. Where are we going here now? Oh, what is this? We got another Jesus outside, a little public Jesus for the people on the streets. This is fascinating stuff here. Look, there's a caravan there just like parked in. So this must be the community center that was burnt down, I reckon. That big one up here. You know, it would be nuts now if I was to walk down there. Like, you wouldn't get very far before someone fucking came over going, "Who the fuck are you? What do you want? What are you doing down here?" Which I don't hate, actually. You know what I mean? You hear about these stories back in the day, in the 80s. You know, just anyone walks onto your neighborhood that was from a different neighborhood, like, it didn't matter what they looked like, they just got the shit kicked out of them. And was life any worse back then, was it? Alright, this is some fascinating shit here. What's this? This is another one of these, probably, you know, public something. But look. So here's an example. Every single person's house, spotless as shit. As soon as it's like public ground, everything is just fucking dumped. I almost you respect it, you know. Oh look, what are they up to? Look at these, having a smoke outside. So this is Cara Park anyway. So at one point, if you watch Knuckle, at one point they do. So look, this is a real house that was probably built in here, and then these are just extensions where they just fucking like trailer parks where they just fucking went and parked some shit there. All right, let me see. I was wondering if there's any more fascinating shit. Look, filthy, but houses. Oh look, the kid coming running now. What are you doing now here? All right, so that was an interesting one. Let me go back down the way we came then. How do I do that? I forgot where am I going? We'll go down here and see what this is. By the way, the chat is turned off on me. If you're watching live, if you want any questions answered or any particular thing about the Irish Travellers talked about, go ahead and fill out those super chats there, folks. Go ahead and fill out those super chats, folks. We are at I reckon what, $17 for the hour. All right, so let's see where this goes. So this goes around here. Oh, is this different or is this the same? I don't really know. What's this? This is like a new area. Are they extending shit around here, or what the fuck is going on? So this is like another area just around the. Can't really tell. Bare-knuckle cottages. Yeah, so the Bare-knuckle, Cara Park and Bare-knuckle cottages, it's all kind of, this is much more, these are more built like traditional American trailer parky type of situations where they're just no actual brick and mortar houses here. One thing I know about, for probably, I'm pretty positive, and if you know the Travellers, this was just a regular park originally. This would have just been an exposed park, and then you could just go straight across to the neighborhoods across. These guys would have built this whole area up to protect themselves, to stop anyone from coming in or to looking around. That's just like a natural thing that they always did. Alright, so where the fuck is this now? I don't know. I just kept following these streets into these. There's another little area. This is crazy that this car was even allowed in here, man. Honestly, I'm not joking. Like, years ago, that would never happen. One of these houses, I believe, is where your man from Knuckle lives, actually, if I remember. If I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm literally, and I haven't seen that documentary in like 10 years. I'm pretty sure, like, this house right here is like where he lives. Because they show up at the door trying to get him to come out of retirement to fight. And he's like, I'm done. I'm finished now fighting. It brings nothing but bad luck. I don't ever know what happened to that guy, actually. What's it say? Fuck. Fuck the Quins. No smelly Quins allowed. That's pretty damn funny to fucking have St. Dominic's Park. To have graffiti that says fuck the Quins, no smelly Quins allowed. Pretty damn funny. So let's see if we find any information. There's another traveling site. There's another one around the corner. I'll find you. Tiny little road and a public street, but they just built so imagine this was a public street. They just went and built their own gate on a public street. They just built their own gate going straight across so that no one could come in and go. Like, so if the cops showed up to raid them, they were just locked out. And they make such a fucking ordeal about it. St. Dominic's Park, Dublin. Let's see if we have any information on St. Dominic's Park, Dublin. St. Dominic's Park, Dublin. Irish travelers. Let's see if there's any news here. You know, there's probably someone. Probably someone arrested for drugs or some shit like that. You know. Number of Irish families in overcrowded houses. Some 1,000 traveller families are now in shared housing. Up to 451 families in 2011. La la la. Type in news. Look, the best places in Ireland to celebrate Christmas. I'll type in gypsies because that kind of Irish travellers. They're giving me like places like fucking. Nah, just a number of Irish travellers in overcrowded houses, which, you know, taking back control of their own history. Traveller groups and map places of belongings in Coolock. Michael Collins is standing in front of a big map of Coolock laid out on a large table in the foyer of the library in Maynooth University. Shout out to Maynooth University. That is where I wasted fucking 3 years of my fucking life. A school defends refusal to place a traveller boy. Yeah, fair enough. Alright. Now, no information on this place now here. St. Dominic's Park. St. Dominic's Park. One more. Let me see if that comes up here. No, just a bunch of shit about Irish overcrowding. I accept the number of Irish travellers sharing housing in Dublin. Double blah 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 blah. Now, I don't remember the name of this other fucking. How do I get out of here? I will find some information about this next family. So, although they're travellers, and you will find out that they're all distant cousins of each other, the Quins, the McDonoughs, and all this type of stuff, they get family rivalries and they stay apart, and then each of these communities, they have different names, you know what I mean? The Quins might live in a different side of Dublin at a different halting site, and they might share areas with the wards and whatever, and the McDonoughs were over there. Now, I don't know if that guy McDonough's even allowed there anymore. Last I heard, that fella from that movie, let's see, Knuckle. What was his name? McDonough. The last I heard about that fella, he was shot or something, wasn't he? Knuckle McDonough. James Quinn McDonough. Knuckle is a book by James Quinn McDonough about his life as an airbook book. Alright, well, I guess he released a book eventually. I've only ever seen the documentary, so I guess he released a follow-up book, which is, you should read those, by the way. Just so you know, if you ever get an opportunity to read a fucking book by like someone who fights, a bare-knuckle boxer, whether he's a football hooligan in England or he's an Irish traveller, you read those books because it is an easy read and there's often many spelling mistakes because it's self-published and rushed. Now, let me see. James Quinn McDonough. No. Oh, he's on Instagram. Who knew that? James Quinn McDonough. Ah, he's a fucking old geezer now, huh? Let's see what he's up to here. No mutual friends. Hello, my name is James Quinn McDonough, subject of the movie Knuckle and autobiography of the same name. Welcome to my Instagram page. Let's see what's he up to. Dublin, what's that? Up the Quinn McDonough's. Good mates is everything. And that's just him at the pub or something. box2burn.com 10 weeks ago. When you do a silent fart and a Malteser pops into your underpants. Alright, look, this Saturday 7th, my first bare-knuckle fight. Bad to the bone. My first ever bare-knuckle fight. Bad to the bone. Alright. Oh no, this is someone else. This is a midget. Okay, so he's training this midget. What the fuck? The shit you fucking stumble across. So the former Gypsy bare-knuckle boxer, James Quinn McDonough, I just found his Instagram page. Now, I know, in fairness, I haven't watched that documentary probably since I even moved to America 10 years ago. I guess there's best bare-knuckle boxing now is taking over the world, like professional bare-knuckle boxing, you know, the Conor McGregor thing. And then he's been tagged along with this guy called Lickle Mangram, who's a little midget, who's you know, he's got to close the distance, I guess. Good for you. It is, you know, good for you. Anyway, he's out here doing stuff. I don't know what he's up to. Jesus, he's ancient now at this point, but he was a fucking big, scary cunt in his 20s and his fucking 30s. I wonder if he has any opinion on the Gypsy King himself. Tyson Fury. Here he is. Oh, look, here he is with Tyson Fury's dad. Look, got to say, Big John Fury, an absolute gentleman. All right, there you go. So look at them. They all know. They all meet each other eventually, and you know, get to say hello. Who's this? Happy Father's Day to Big Jimmy Quinn. May he rest in peace. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so I guess there's no rivalry between James Quinn McDonough and the Furies. Any news of this cunt? No. Anyway, all right. Well, so that was an interesting one. All right, what's all this bullshit? Anyway, get that book. I promise you that book would be a good read. All right, let me find out where these other travelers are. So that's one halting site. I don't remember exactly where it is. I have to follow literally have to follow the road. Here we go. Clare Hall. We get to a roundabout. Come on, where's the roundabout? We get to a roundabout here. Where the fuck am I? Right, we'll zoom in here and we'll find out where we are now. So this will be. What the fuck is that? Oh no, they may have built. Shit, they may have built apartment blocks where they used to live. These fuck. Damn it. Yeah, looks like there used to be. This is all new. I didn't even know this existed. These are all new. Oh, here we go. Here's the boys. All right, we found them. So here we go. We found another halting site here. Let me see if I can get in here and figure out a name. Is there a name for this shit here? Look. So here's some more Irish Traveller stuff, and this is where they built the gate. You can't even see in. Look, it's impossible. Yep, I'm trying. This is a main road, right? This is a fucking main road. Look, and there's the gate. I think that's the gate. Can you even see it? There's no way you'll be able to see that. I'm gonna do a little research on this address right here. What the fuck did I just do? Was that where I just was? This here? Is that where I just fucking was? Because I know those travellers were always in the news for some sort of crime. I literally just forgot what it was called. What was it fucking just called? Grove? What did I say it was? Where's my fucking mouse? Fuck you. Grove Park. Alright, let's type in Grove Park, Irish Traveller. Let's see what news we can find here. The Irish Traveller, Grove Park, Coolock. This is the name of the area. Traveller Community Map in Coolock Story Map. The Traveller Community. Oh. Let me see. Traveller Map in Irish Travellers. Why the fuck is it not coming up there now? The Dublin criminal gang who terrified a young family in a home raid has 350 between them. Alright, let me see what this says. Fuck you. Pop-up. What the fuck? How am I getting pop-ups on this? The Irish Independent. The Dublin criminal gang who terrified a young family in home raid had 315 previous convictions between them. Alright, yeah. So, here we go. So, this is the... I'll read it out on this side of the screen. Fuck you. And we'll go back here to the way it was a second ago. Anyway, so that's straight off the Malad Road there, look. It's a shame you can't zoom in, but anyway, so this is the street. And is there a way to how can I show you what did I just do there? Oh, fuck you. How did I just do that? Oh my god, I don't even know how I just fucking did that. Alright, let's go back to here. Anyway, so that's what you're looking at there. That's the Irish thing. Oh, so here we go. Let's see what they said. This was 2015, so I guess there hasn't been much said since then. The vicious traveller gang who were sentenced to a total of 120 years for terrorising your young family in their home had 315 previous convictions between them. The 7 men who were part of a criminal outfit based in Coolock, North Dublin, were sentenced at Clonmel Circuit, blah, blah, blah. For the terrifying raid on the family home of Mark and Emma Cochran and their 3 young daughters. Just one member of the gang, Michael McDonough, had no previous... McDonough, see? Same names come popping up. Another member, Thomas Flynn, 21, was out on bail at the time of the raid on Cochran's home in County Tipperary in November 2013. Flynn had been charged just 2 weeks beforehand with possession of a firearm and ammunition. Below is a breakdown of the previous convictions each defendant had prior to their savage attack. John Joyce. See, this is the problem too with these with the travellers. They all have the same names. They have the same family names, and they all use the same name. So like, there's John Joyce is not uncommon. Patrick Ward, Michael Ward. There's fucking 15 Michael Wards for every address, and every address is used by each other. It's quite the confusing little group of people. Let me check in on the Scroll to Zoom. I'm just checking in on the chat, see if anything's going on there. Nothing really coming in. Someone says scroll to Zoom, and that is not possible actually, because when I scroll, it just goes down actually. So the scroll to Zoom isn't. There's a quick keys way of doing it, but I'm not paying attention to that shit. Okay, so John Joyce was driving. What time is it? 9:40. All right, we'll get into some fighting videos for the next 20 minutes, and then I'll bounce. John Joyce was driving the Volkswagen Passat, which was apprehended by Garda, and it drove down the motorway back to Dublin from County Tipperary. From Dunamede in North Dublin, 20-year-old is married man with 2 daughters. Blah blah blah. 21. He's a married man with 2 daughters. That's fucking insanity. His senior counsel said John Joyce was at the low range of cognitive function and had a hearing problem from childhood, which also affected his speech. Most 46 of his convictions are for road traffic offences, along with 2 for dangerous driving. His brother Patrick Joyce, who lives in Beaumont, Dublin 9, shout out to the fucking Beaumont, Dublin 9, has 16 previous convictions, several of them for road traffic offences, along with public order offences, blah blah blah. Beaumont Woods. Thomas Flynn, a single man from Coolock, has 20 previous convictions, which include offences under the public order. Flynn was interviewed by investigating Garda 9 times in relation to his aggravated burglary. And during the 9th interview said, "I'm sorry, but it was nothing to do with me." There's Donald O'Hara, Patrick Gailty, and Dean Byrne. Alright, so interesting if these I don't know if that was the same fucking group that I read about, but I haven't fucking heard fuck all. I haven't. I can't find anything about that particular street. You know, if anyone's able to find something, head over to the headed over to Reddit. It was called. I don't know what it was called. Grove Park, Malahide Road. Because look, if you look at this map right here, the fucking all these houses are supposed to be like, this is supposed to be like a public street. This is supposed to be like a public street full of houses, and it's literally from the second house onwards. There's just a gate blocking off the rest of the people that live down there. It'd be interesting to get down this way. Boxer set. Let me see if I can get in here. Let's see if we can get down this way. Can we? No, dead end. Dead end, sunshine. No. There's nothing you could do. There's a car park here. I played a football game in that fucking park there. Parnell's used a park play there or something. Some school. Who did I fucking play there? Anyway, I played football in that when I was a young kid. All right, lads. So that was a fucking little bit of live Google searching. I'm closing the wrong thing. I'm so stupid. Look. Anyway, that was a little bit of live Google searching. I hope you fucking liked it. I don't think that was let me see if I can find an Irish traveller rather than going into the boxing of it all. I'm going to go into the Irish traveller. We've got the Irish traveller car park fight. I think there's a good video of them running each other over in cars, is it? Woman's hysterical reaction to travellers. A group of Irish moved to Sainsbury car park in London while taking photos. Removing Irish caravans. in Somerset. That might be man arguing with a traveller for parking on the double yellow lines. I'm not watching that. Irish traveller family showing their bodies. Irish travellers invade our campsite and it all kicked off. Alright, I'm not watching that. 20 minutes. Chat with Irish traveller. No, there was a good fucking car park video that I saw. No, there's a thing called grabbing. Do you have any interest in a thing called grabbing? Grabbing is essentially the technique in which young Irish males use to court ladies. And what they do is they kind of just grab the girl and kind of pin her. And it's a bit of a tussle, you know. And he'll grab the girl and he will pin her. And he'll hold her until she kind of loses the battle. It's an old... Don't judge, folks. That's essentially it, you know. Let's have a look. Here it is in the wild, a little bit of Irish grabbing. So this is a fella inside a coffee shop catching this.
You get it? Yeah. Can you see that I'm doing it? Like he sees Ronaldo. You've got flashy ears.
Oh, so quick to put the fucking hands up. They train them young. I don't know if you ever seen the videos, but like these lads be 3 years old. Fucking. That's why so many of them can go on to be like Olympic champions and shit. Loads of gold medals. I tell you what, for an ethno group. Look, she's like, get off me. He's like, no, I have you now. Look, you're mine. Look, you're mine.
Gypsy's on it.
A little bit of grabbing. It's pretty fucking funny that they caught that in the wild. Because when that came out in My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, that was kind of how. That's kind of how that was exposed to the world. Here we go. This is the original video. So this is I don't know what this is like a horse show or something. And then this is all the teenage boys and girls are showing up and they're peacocking. Look. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is Paddy, that guy Paddy Doherty that we showed earlier. I think this is his son. Maybe I'm crazy. The guy in the red looks just like him, doesn't it? So look what they're all wearing.
Best viewers you've ever clocked in your whole.
He goes, best viewers you've ever clocked in your whole life. So this is the lads now. They're out on the pole here. They're all trying to get laid. She's fucking.
Give me love, man. Give me love.
Tell you what, when I was younger, when I was fucking 15.
So far, so good. Having a laugh with the boys. Just trying to pick a candidate of a girl.
For centuries, gypsy and traveller men have come to Appleby to look for a bride.
Appleby.
One way that some Irish traveller men try to get a first kiss from a girl is through the custom known as grabbing.
It's Appleby, you have to grab someone. If you come to Appleby and not grab no one, there's something going on with you. There's something wrong with your life, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it has to be a show, really, do you know what I mean?
Girls
Their
won't give
accents
you
are
a
all
kiss straight
fucked
away,
up.
so you gotta kind of beat them for the kiss. You gotta work for a kiss, man. You gotta bend its arm. You gotta punch it to left for a kiss. Basically, no way better way to put it, is there? There's no friendly way in putting it.
He said you gotta beat her.
At 4 foot high, 12 foot wide, and complete with iced Barbie and Ken dolls, the castle cake is ready for its audience.
Castle cake?
No. What have they said about the cake today?
Everybody complimented it. Everybody said it was one of the nicest cakes that they ever did see. A strange colour. Soon, because when you're walking through the door, the cake's in front of your face. So as soon as you walk in, the cake was just like, wow.
Jane, and her first child, second girl born, this wedding, all by herself, no man, no help, independent for herself. And when she did leave her husband, it just went up from there, didn't it? Really did go up from there. Her children never wanted for nothing, never needed for nothing. A man and woman, Irish travelling man and woman, could not do as good for the children as a single Irish woman on her own. And fair play to her, but she did very good.
It's a chance to
single Irish woman.
lovely husband. age to hit.
Blah, blah,
Their
blah,
young
blah,
life
blah,
is
blah.
to get married. You know, if they're not married by the time, you know, they're 21, 22, they're basically on the shelf. So they've got to make sure.
Let's see what's going on. There's a little bit
At
of grab.
Appleby Fair, Martin, Tom and Davy are up for a new day.
All right, here we go. A little bit of. They all slept in the cars.
For some Irish travellers, grabbing is a cultural norm.
Every religion has their own ways. Like travellers, they have their own ways about grabbing. And like, if other religions don't know what grabbing is, they'll never know. You know what I mean? Like they might think it like it's rape, but it's not. I don't know. Like, other religions have weird things. What we
It might feel like
go,
it's a bit of
"Oh,
rape, but it's
do
not.
that."
It's not rape at all.
But that's
It's tradition. Oh yeah, a lot of people they say raping on the buses is no good. Men, me and my friends, we grab women on bus, we take turns. You say raping is no good. You not understand. Fuck you, yes, you dirty bitch, you. All right, I guess we could fucking. That was it. That's kind of it, lads. I keep losing this fucking mouse. I need to make it bigger. Never learned how to do that. How to make the mouse thingy bigger. That's that. Yo, look, if you like the show and fucking contribute to a fucking super chat, more than appreciated. If not, all good. And then that's that. Yeah. I'm gonna bounce out of here. And like I said, 8:30 to 8:30 to 10 is when I'm gonna be doing these. And then that's that. Yeah. So that's that. If you have anything else for you want me to look up, I'll keep doing that. But I'm not a bounce really. I want to watch a Irish traveller fight, and then we get out of here. We could probably do an entire episode of just travellers fighting, and Tommy Joyce jumps in attacks man. McDonough versus Nevin, Gypsy traveller fight.
You want to fight wherever you want to fight.
Thomas, give me the money. Thomas, the money. Where's the money out of the machine? Because he hasn't got money. So he hasn't. He's not.
You want to fight wherever you want to fight.
Thomas, give
You
me
want to fucking fight? Come on, no. Hey.
Where's the money out of the machine? Because he hasn't got money. So he hasn't. He's not. Go on, Thomas. Go on. Go on. Thomas, give him what you gave him before. He couldn't take his beating. Go on.
What?
Go on, Thomas.
Jesus Christ. Imagine fucking... You're at the ATM. You're at Eurogiant. You're shopping at Eurogiant. And then a lad that you fucking have fought before shows up to fucking give you a fair knock in the street. And then your fucking wife is screaming in your ear like that. Come on now, ton. Oh, Oriental Simpson with $2. Thank you very much. I wonder if there's a way to say how much the total is per stream. Do you know what I mean? Because that's $20. That's not to be knocked at. By the time Google gets its cut and then I have to pay out on taxes, it's next to nothing. But appreciate it.
Go on, Thomas. Give him what you gave him before. He couldn't take his beating. Go on.
Give him what you gave him before,
Go on,
Thomas.
Go on, Thomas.
Who do you reckon's gonna win?
Go
I
on,
reckon.
Thomas.
I reckon your man showed up.
Here, come on. Go on, Thomas.
Ah, come on, did you lift up the...
You're trying to bite, are you? Go on, Thomas. Bite him. Bite him, Thomas. Bite him.
Jesus Christ.
Go on, Thomas. Go on, Thomas.
They're biting.
It's not in the bradia till it's Martin even start. Go on, Thomas.
Jesus Christ, she won't shut the fuck up. Oh, there's the guards.
Go on. It's not in his breed, Martin.
Alright, well that was a whole lot of fucking screaming by some dumb bitch. No, can't say that now because you know, someone will send that to him and he'll beat the living fuck out of me. But, like, relax there, love, would you? Screaming. We're trying to watch a fucking knock here. Never even got it. Here we go. Here's a proper fucking organised in a car parky type of thing. Davy Joyce versus Michael Navin. 32 fucking minutes. Here's an old one, is it? So look, they have their rules, right? That's like, you know, sometimes they'll have a little break, but like usually there's no rounds or anything like that. And that's the problem with bare-knuckle boxing. It's a lot of fucking kind of... There's not as many punches thrown. First of all, because your knuckles be fucking fucked up.
But if you do the second time, whoever does it is bet.
Whoever does it is bet. No one have a fair knock now. Have a fair knock. You know, and a lot of times they'll do fucking unfair things, and it brings great dishonour to the family for many a year. They also do car racing too. That's actually a fun one too. Hey. 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 He's kicking him. He's tripping him. Come on now. Hey. Hey. Look at that. That's like, those are fast jabs. Look at that. You fucking kicked him on the ground.
I'll let you away with it.
Let you away with it. Alright, 5 minutes. I gotta go. Thanks very much. Tuesday night stream with Collie. Underground bare-knuckle boxing in the UK. It's a documentary on the travellers there. Look, I should make this bigger, should I? Oh, yeah, the sheep. Come on, no. Hey. I'll tell you what. Just doing that. Oh, look, $9.99 comes in from Liam something. Let me see. I missed what he said. He did not say nothing. He did not say nothing. So, thank you, Liam. Appreciate it. $9.99 coming in. Coming in from the boys. Watching a little bit of fucking bare-knuckle boxing on a Tuesday night. Oh. You can't just take your fucking shirt off in the middle of the fight and expect them not to smack you. Don't shake hands. We're not fucking done. Look at that. I'm telling you, just walking around. I've never fought anyone. I've never been in a fight like that. But I can only imagine walking around with your hands up long enough, you'd be exhausted. Like 3 minutes of walking around just with your hands up. I'm tired just thinking about it. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, no, close the gap, come on. Oof. There's just a whole lot of kind of nothing going on in these fights, you know what I mean? Let's see, do we get anywhere decent? It's always just... Shake hands, keep going, come on now. And you'd be surprised, especially with these bare-knuckle boxing, it's not uncommon for the fella who's in shape and just some fucker with a fat belly to... The fella with the fat belly often win these. Come on now. Come on now, John Joe. Oh! So your man in the blue does not want to end. The fatty's not saying anything, but the man in the blue does not want to end it. The man in the blue is like, come on, let's keep going until there's a winner. Oof. Let's see. Skip it. No. Break. Shake hands. No, come on. No. They keep going. Shake it at that. Shake hands. We'll leave it at that. And he's like, kept gun the blues going. No. This guy, Fatty's not saying anything. He's dying for it to keep the fucking end. He's ready for it to end any minute now. Oh. What just happened there, mister? Yeah, he kind of got pushed over. No, I'm not shaking hands.
You're fighting. Fanny has enough just to
No shame in it. He's about to call it, is he? Fatty's about to call it, look. Come on, the fuck. Look at you, man, scratching on board. Fuck is shitless. Oh. Swing. Miss. Oh. Every time there's a fucking clinch.
Are you bet? Is he bet? Are you bet? No, are you bet? Yeah, he's bet. That's it.
He's done. Look. Get up, you fucking.
You know, that's it now, Johnny. Would you not shake hands now, boy? See, I don't argue you. You show me the best. No. Boys, look, hey, boys, you're not shake hands. Johnny. No. You go fight.
Would you not shake hands now? Come on, shake hands, will you? You gotta go shake hands. No, I'm not shaking his hand, no. Come on now, Johnny, shake his fucking hands. Be a man, come on.
Okay, we live that. We live that. No one. I take a minute, Johnny, here. We pass one out in, Johnny, boys. We pass one out, boys.
Oh. So that was it. That was the fight now. That was a solid knock, although he wouldn't shake hands. After all that. I wonder if any of these, like, because I don't really follow the bare-knuckle boxing over in, at all. Every now and again you hear fucking Mike Perry or whatever fighting, but I don't follow the English one. So I wonder if there's any travellers taking over that shit. Alright, listen, that was the end of it. Look, another fucking great Tuesday night stream. Another great Tuesday night stream in the books. I'll see you next week. Yeah, next week, and then I leave on Wednesday. Yeah, so I should be here next Tuesday. Maybe there's a bunch of shit on the Travellers that we haven't seen, like the weddings and stuff like that. I honestly thought we'd get a little bit more out of the stuff tonight, but it was a little bit of fun. Alright, fellas, take it easy. Appreciate it. Good luck. God bless.